This is Hobie Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and I am once again at the Miami-Dade County Book Fair. This is one of the events that happens every year, and this is its 20th anniversary. And I'm here with a spread of books treating outdoor topics, business, as well as self-improvement. And the thrust of all of my works is to help you help yourself. As a writer, I started off doing outdoor books, like extreme muzzleloading, and also backyard deer hunting. I cover topics that everybody has not beat to death. And we also have crossbow hunting. When I couldn't run with the dogs anymore and bring down deer with my teeth like they always wanted me to, then I started writing business books. And my first one was Make Your Own Job Anytime, Anywhere, at any age. And then I progressed to Create Your Own Job Security, Make Your Own Job at Midlife, thinking that this did not treat quite everyone, nor did it take in consideration the importance of AI. We have our final business book, which is using AI to make your own job anytime, anywhere, at any age. We also have our newest book in publication right now, which is Petrov's Escape, which is set in Siberia. And I used AI for locations and food and details that enable me to write a reasonable book without actually having to go. So this is what I've got. And these are the kinds of things that people are bringing to this event.
By early afternoon, we have some signs of activity, with all the vendors coming in and bringing their materials and setting up. Yeah, it's going to be a big and colorful event. This has one of the largest attendance of book fairs in the world, although it's somewhat inflated because busloads of school children come in, and all the students of the university campuses can come in for free. For a writer, one of the best exposures in North America is to attend the Miami-Dade County Book Fair. This works particularly well if you've been in the game for as long as I have, more than 50 years, and you have a large number of titles that are published under your name. You can get half a booth at Writers Row. Now, what these are independent writers, and they are pushing their own books. Now, the criteria are that your name, that is, you must have actually written all of these books, or illustrated them, or have something major to do with the production of a book. You can't sell a variety of books on Writers Row, only your own. Now, I write a variety of books, so I was able to put out copies of many of my softcover books. And this works particularly well because you have covers you can show. The e-books are sort of harder to market because they're difficult to visualize. But soft covers, sure, you can lay those out all day. And you'll have enough room that you could put out, 20 or so softcover books if you had written them all. And some people have. Well, the setup came on the day before the main event on Wednesday. So I was there Wednesday afternoon and put my stuff in and hauled my books. Now, I'm 84 years old now, and I can't carry around cartons of books. I don't try. So what we did here is we did not sell individual books, although you are allowed to sell individual books at Writers Row. And they will make arrangements for these to be imported and delivered to your site. And you share your tent with someone else. You don't get to choose, it's whomever. And between the two of you, or three of you, or however many they happen to be, you're able to manage both booths. That is, one can watch the other's exhibit while they go to the bathroom or get some lunch or maybe even walk around a little bit. So, whilst you are at Writers Row, though, you're fairly well stuck there. The requirements are that you physically man your booth during the hours that the exhibits are open. And the exception is you can shut down at about 5 o'clock on the last day, which is Sunday, to allow you to get out of there, because they have to clear all of that stuff out by 8 p.m. So you need to be out of there and packing up and leaving at 5 o'clock. And for some people, this was cases and cases of books. But no, I did not have that problem. Because I gave them the option of ordering it right there on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or Gardner's or wherever they wanted it, depending on the title. My titles are at all of these outlets. So we had them order the books. Now, consequently, we did not have to worry about sales tax. If you physically sell books, yeah, you have to report Florida sales tax. But it's a long sit there. And so I appeared as basically 4 different characters. On the first day that I set up, I just wore a simple skull cap. The second day, I'm a military engineer, so I wore a military engineer cap, a combat engineer, as a matter of fact. And so we appealed to veterans that way. And I also sat in my walker and particularly wanted to appeal to anybody who was handicapped. And on the final day, I wore a suit, top, and hat, looking more professorial, I suppose. So changing up the appearance, my appearance, sort of got me into different audiences from time to time. And perhaps the most effective for me was in the walker and with my combat engineer hat. Now, we talked to a great variety of people, and there were all sorts. We had elderly who were rich. This is Miami, after all, a retirement center. We had Orthodox Jews. We had monks. We had wide varieties of students from all over, both Hispanic origin and Anglo, and couples of both. There were no small number of blacks there as well. So every conceivable population was there, and in all conditions of life. What appealed to them? Well, to some individuals, and surprisingly some gals, my outdoor books, my hunting stuff, had strong appeal. But this was minor. The greatest appeal by far was for my business book. Using AI to make your own job anytime, anywhere, at any age. And this appealed a lot to the student population, who realize that they are in one of the most unsettled job markets there ever was, and that things are not looking any better. They may have their jobs or their future jobs absolutely in peril, or they may not even be able to get a job because people are neither hiring nor firing right now. The job situation seems to be frozen. And the younger set, just graduating now with degrees, are finding it real tough. So one of the options is to, of course, make your own job and start your own business. And they were very receptive to this idea, particularly for the purchase of e-books.
And that made a notable difference in my ebook sales, being there and exhibiting those 4 days. The soft covers didn't move quite as fast, and the hard covers were the slowest, as one might expect, because the hard covers are the more expensive. But we did sell hard covers to the older population who were looking for gifts to give their kids, grandkids, nephews, and nieces. And this is one of the most valuable things they could possibly do. Some individuals really had heartbreaking stories. One came to me and said he had just been told he had 6 months to live. Oh, crap. I mean, that's evil news for anybody to get any time, and it's hard to dress it up and make it good. But even that has one favorable aspect. If you have an idea about when you're going to go, when you're going to die, well, you can plan for it a little bit. You can decide who is going to get what of your estate. Is it a business? Are you going to pass it on to somebody who doesn't really want it, who's just going to run it into the ground? You probably don't want to do that. If you've got a pot of money and you're thinking about giving it to charities, okay, which ones? Who can you help promote the general good of humanity? If that's your aim, okay, you have a chance to make that kind of disposition. Perhaps you want to give a lasting legacy, an annuity to someone, or some elderly person, or some friend, or somebody who's doing a worthy cause. Perhaps you think, yes, I could spare them some money and they could use it, and they would do a worthy cause, and that would continue long after I'm gone. Yeah, maybe I'd like to do that. So even in the extremities of life, you still may have some choices if you're lucky. So we drove there from Central Georgia, and we drove there back. We were invited to a book fair to celebrate independent writers, independent book producers, and to be on a panel. And this event takes place in New Jersey. And if interviews can be arranged with these folks, and if I can sell books in the back of the house, then that's going to be a worthwhile one to go to. So you never know what opportunities for peddling my screenplays, my books, or even public speaking arrangements might come down for participating in such a fair. But if you do not try, you don't have any chance at all. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.